Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today let's talk about some things that's happening in 2021. So many of you might not know that there are new rules when it comes to traveling with emotional support animals. Yes guys, new rules with traveling with emotional support animals. So starting January 11, most airlines have now decided that they will be no longer taking emotional support animals. So before we start with those airlines, back last year, I believe in October, the DOT, that's the Department of Transportation, had made their final ruling stating that they will no longer allow airlines to take emotional support animals. Now, when I became a flight attendant, I started out 5 years ago. I don't remember having emotional support animals on the aircraft until a few years after that. Now, with so much stuff going on, with people who actually do need emotional support animals, I do feel sorry for them. If you decide to travel, I would suggest that you go to the airline that you're traveling with and ask them if they're still taking emotional support animals. Every airlines have their own specific date that they stop taking emotional support animals. Now, what's going to happen with these emotional support animals? Now, when you're traveling with the airlines, they're going to classify them as pets. So it's only going to be service animals, which the service animals have their official government. It's similar like a government card, but it's like an ID. So they have their official ID. Those service animals, not the one that you buy a cape in the back and says service animal. No, they're going to be official service animals. These are official service animals. And pets. So the emotional support animals now are going to be classified as pets, which means that you do have to pay for the pet fee when traveling. That you're traveling with your pet, which is not emotional support animals anymore, your pet needs to be in the bag at all times. You cannot take the pet outside the bag. The pet has to be in the pet carrier, placed on the seat with don't need any attention or anything like that. Now you may say, oh, but I need to use the bathroom. The pet needs to use the bathroom. Well, you have to bring your pet to the bathroom before you get on the aircraft. Feed your pet before you get on the aircraft, because the pet shouldn't need any additional attention in terms of bathroom or feeding or anything like that. Now, pets are not allowed in any aircraft's bathroom at all. So I do suggest bringing extra pee-pee pads to put in your pet in a pet carrier, or have one in your bag, because you cannot take the pet inside the lavatory. If you want to feed your pet, which I want to suggest feeding your pet on the aircraft, is best to feed them outside the aircraft, and then you can bring them to the pet station area so they can use the bathroom and stuff. But in case it's a long flight, you don't need to give the pet a snack or anything. You can open up your carrier, put the snack inside of it, and close the carrier. But you cannot take the pet outside and feed them on the carpet, have their nice little dinner. You can't do that with these pets. Pets have to be inside the carrier at all times. Now, I feel so sorry for the ones that actually really need the emotional support animals. However, they can go get the animal certified as a service animal if they really need it. Even though I know that service animal fees are expensive now, but for someone who really need it, they can get it pay for the training, for them to get proper training, and they can become a service animal. Other than that, they'll be placed as pets on the airline rules and guidelines, which is the DOT rules and guidelines. Now, why did the DOT stop the airlines from accepting emotional support animals? Now, there are people that come on the aircraft that says their animal is emotional support. We all know, the flight attendants all know, we know when an animal is fully trained and when an animal is not trained. You guys know your animals, right? So I had situations where I was telling a passenger to put their bag on in the seat, or they can put it in overhead bin, but the passenger somehow didn't understand what I was saying to her, and I was like, oh, your bag. And they were like, what? Your bag. So I basically my finger to point, not realizing that she had a dog covered underneath the blanket in her lap. So I point to her bag, and the dog came out and basically biting after my hand. So I drove my hand back so the dog didn't bite my hand. When a dog is aggressive like that, that animal is not properly trained. Guys, I even had a situation where the owner told me that the dog is scared of flying, and it's classified as an emotional support animal. So I'm like, wait, the dog is scared of flying? The dog was so scared that the dog did not want to come on the aircraft whatsoever. So I'm like, how is this animal giving you emotional support? You're the one that's emotional supporting the animal, not the other way around. Because this animal don't even want to come on the aircraft, like scared to death, trembling, just running, just backing away, don't want to come on the aircraft whatsoever. I'm like, there is no way this animal is a trained animal to be emotional support animal. In no way, no form. Because the animal is supposed to be on duty performing something. Because you're supposed to have some sort of disability that the animal needs to be able to assist you with. And this animal can't even assist his own self. So how is it emotional support? What kind of support is he giving you? Service animal. Because the service animal shouldn't be aggressive. The service animal should be humping on your feet. The service animal should be running around the cabin like they're crazy. A service animal shouldn't be going in the middle of the cabin and taking a shit. I'm sorry, but a service animal should be trained. And these are some of the things that we go through as flight attendants on the aircraft. Now, we see ponies as emotional support animals. We see there's snakes on some airlines that claim to say they're emotional support animals. There was even a peacock. The little person claimed to say they was emotional support animal. I seen birds that they claim to say is emotional support animals, turtles as emotional support animals, and I'm like, something is a little odd there. Rabbits as emotional support animals. The list goes on. I hear them all. I've seen it all, and I'm like, hold on now. Okay, first of all, I've never seen an emotional support turtle before. But okay, whatever. But these are some of the things that have been happening over the years with people who just don't want to pay the pet fee and claiming that their animals emotional support animals. They wanted a mini horse, and I'm like, a mini horse as emotional support animals? What? Guys, I even saw a big black pig as emotional support animal. The pig looked like a duffel bag. I was like, what the heck? I saw it on one of the news channel on one of the other airlines, and one of the airlines flight attendant was telling us about it. And I was like, what? A pig? Emotional support animal? It's not those little pink pigs. I know they had one situation where they had the little pink pigs was trained as emotional support, stuff like that, whatever. No, this is a big black farmer back in the yard farm type pig that, you see, yeah, the big farm black pig, that oink oink black fat pig. Yes, that one. I was like, no, they did not bring that pig on the aircraft as a emotional support animal. What the heck is going on here? Okay? However, that is all done with. So if you are traveling, guys, definitely check with your airline. Every airline have their different start date, but most of them are starting January 11th. They'll be taking no more emotional support animals. Now, you may say, oh my gosh, I traveled on the 10th of January and I was able to approve for as an emotional support animal. Now, if you have a round trip ticket, if you have a round trip ticket and your start date was before 11, then they will honor your return ticket as with the emotional support animals. Now, there's some people who pay one way going from like LA to Chicago, and then they pay another way from Chicago back to LA. Now that is not classified as a round trip ticket because it's not within the same segments of when you book your flight. It's counted as two separate segments because it's a one, you book it as one way and one way. They won't honor that as a returning flight because it doesn't look like a return flight at all. It has to be on your same reservation, a round trip ticket. If both reservations are separate in terms of one way here, that is not classified as a round trip ticket. But if you did a round trip ticket and you started out on the 10th and they honor the emotional support, then they will honor it on your return flight. So you don't have to worry about that. This is for people who are starting from the 11 on. They will not honor emotional support anymore at all. Every airline have their different price and pet fee, but you do have to pay for that pet fee. Now don't think that because you pay for the pet fee you can take out your animal outside the bag and classify as an emotional support animal. No, the airlines are not doing that anymore. There is a no strict policy when it comes to that. Once the animal is a pet, the animal is a pet. The pet is going to be staying in the bag, and that's it. You won't be able to take the pet out at all in no circumstances. The only time a pet can be out is those pets that are actually certified as service animals. Those pets can go into the bathroom with their owner because they're on the job, they're on duty, they're performing, they're working. They need to be with their owner at all times. I've seen a lot of situations, and it's baffled me that sometimes that people take advantage over situation. Because if people didn't take advantage over this situation, then I believe they would have still stayed with emotional support animal service. But it sucks, people don't want to pay the extra fee for a pet, but now they have to pay the extra fee for a pet. But I do feel sorry for the ones that actually need it. But the ones that do need it, they do have the other service that they can put the animal into the service program, which is probably going to cost them more money, and that's really sad. That's really sad, especially during COVID. But that's what's going on right now with the airline industry when it comes to service animal. Before you travel, just make sure you ask your airline when that rule changed for them. But majority of them already changed on January 11. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.